Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this morning. Got a great show lined up. But first, let's take a look at our weather. It's not as cold as it has been. High is 68, low is 60. And the ever elusive pier temperature, we still do not have it. Normally y'all have called me and given it to me, but it's still, I do have some pictures on my water temperature. I do have some pictures later on of a guy that caught 4 pompano on Super Bowl Sunday between 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock out here at Panama City Beach. That's interesting. All right, let's move on though. The river readings. Look at Apalachicola, Bluntstown. We're looking at a real level, not much movement at all. There's a 12.4 right there. The Choctaw Caryville is at 8.6, going up just a little bit, but the rivers are looking pretty good. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. All week long we are in these neap tides, not much movement at all. We do have a little movement at 5:41 will be the low tide in a few minutes. And then this afternoon, or late this afternoon, how about tonight at 7:29, will be the high tide, but not a lot of movement. We are going to have some wind, but it's not as bad. It's coming in the east, southeast at about 7. And we're not, it's not going to be a bad day today to be outside if you get a chance to do something outdoors. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I had one of the viewers wants to go fishing on Lake Talcott, and some of you viewers, I know I got a couple of viewers who live up there, and one of them, a captain or a fishing guide. Get back in touch with me so I can hook y'all up, and everybody will be a win-win for both of y'all. So Lake Talcott folks, give me a text or a call, and let's. I know that February is a good time to fish Lake Talcott. I'm telling y'all. All right, let's look at some of these pictures. Karen Edwards up here in Lynn Haven sent this. Well, she posted this picture here. Karen, this is she's taking a picture of it's not a great picture, but when you see your friends you miss, hi y'all. So I just thought the way she did that was a good job. Hi y'all. Okay, good job, Karen. I got a good hawk story too to tell you in a little bit. Megan Wilkins and Tyler Lee Wilkins, somewhere deep in the woods. They got a deer hanging up there. They brought them home, and that's good kids right there. Got a kid going. But here's Tyler in the woods. Tyler always had a smile on his face. A fine young man and good family going and enjoying the great outdoors. Good job, Tyler Wilkins. Here's my buddy, Greg Frith. Now y'all know, if you don't know Greg, he's retired from the Panhandle Educators Credit Union. He put in 30-something years. They built a new building right there on 77. And named it after Greg Frith. That's what kind of guy he was. He was just a leader in the credit union industry. Just always a great guy. But anyway, he told me when he retired he was going fishing. So I said, send me some reports. So here it is. Winston, slow day on Econfina this past Thursday, but did manage one nice one. Fishing at Econfina. Good job, Greg. Now I told him that's what you do retirement. There it is right there. A good picture of it. That's what you look forward to. All right, here's a funny one. My doctor said I have to eat more fish. So what you do, you take your bacon and cut it up like a fish, and then you can eat it. I haven't tried that yet. I don't know how it tastes, but that's what some people are doing. Becca Hood Kent, good Lord's blessing on a good Kubota. I could look like an ad for a Kubota right there. Becca, here's a picture of her right there. Nice job. Becca's a good hunter. This is my fire the other night. It was just so warm. I just wanted, if y'all are cold this morning, y'all get up close to the TV and get warmed up. That's just I've had some good fires this last week or two with all this cool weather. I want to share that with you. This is interesting. I've had Brian Revere on pretty regular, but remember he got his limit in big bucks, so he's looking for a hog. And they found this old J.C. Higgins 410. The old timers remember the Sears and Roebuck used to make some. It was leaned up against an old fence in a thicket. However, this is a felony edition with a chisel welded on as a pistol grip. No telling what stories this gun could tell. Let's see. You understand what they did? They sort of took it apart and made it like a pistol. They were ahead of their time. The judge right here. But here's it says right there, J.C. Sears and Roebuck. J.C. Higgins, 0410. That gun could tell some stories. I don't want to say anything about moonshine or anything like that, but it could tell some stories. All right, some of y'all, are you ready for the 2-day challenge and no meat? We're going to all, we all need to skip meat every now and then, so we're going to do it this year on February the 30th and 31st, okay? Let's try that. Let's get over here to the catfish tournament. We've talked about it before, kept it going as far as interest. We just had the second round right there on February the 7th. It was up here, Paramore Boat Ramp, and I didn't get up there, but you know it was cold, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. That was Eastern time, but the next one will be March the 13th, but that'll be up here. But in April, it'll be back at Paramore's on May 15th, right there, May 15th, Neil Landing in Bluntstown. So you can, we're going to try to make one of those weigh-ins because we know some of the boys fishing there. But what I like about it, 100% payback. But here's Alan, my buddy Alan talked about we had 20 boats with 39 anglers to show up to fish in the rain, the wind, and the cold. Now, don't you know that was a miserable fishing conditions. We want to thank everyone that came out to fish with us and thank all our sponsors. Congratulations to all the winners, and they ended up catching first place. Well, let's see. First place, I forget how many pounds. I had it somewhere, how many pounds, but I'll try to find it out. So we got a lot more pictures. Let me see. Here's one from Brock Meyer. Winston, hope you've been doing good. I've been tearing up the sheephead the past 2 days before the cold front. And this is, that's some good eating right there. Here's Brock right there. Sheephead fishing, we always talk about it. This time of year is excellent fishing. Let me say this about sheephead fishing. It's always good this time of year, but remember February is usually when they're out they're all clumped together, okay? They're all clumped together around the rocks and all. This is their season. And if you catch a big female with eggs, try to let that one go. You can see Brock kept some small ones there. That's some good eating. And the best bait now for sheephead are those little fiddler crabs. If you can get fiddler crabs, I have a good feeling though. I think a lot of these gummy things that we use for the fishing for pompano. I'm thinking. I wonder if any of y'all have tried those. I just think there were fish bites we've talked about, made over in St. Augustine. I'm thinking that would be a really good bait for that. Okay, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're talking about all kinds of things coming up soon, and we'll keep you posted on all the outdoor activities. Let's move on. I know some of y'all don't like doing outdoor stuff in the cold weather, and it's okay, but to me, that's some of my favorite time of year, really getting out in the cold weather. But if you usually don't, here, I got a little slogan for you. My favorite winter activity is going back inside and putting my pajamas on. I know some of y'all are like that, but the vast majority of our viewers aren't like that, but we should have a place for all of y'all. Now, talking about the pompano, I just brought up Brock Meyer. This is Super Bowl Sunday, 2 days ago. He went out at noon, and folks, this is at Panama City Beach. He caught 4 pompano. So here it is in February, catching pompano like that. And that is a good catch, Brock Meyer. I'm really proud of you. The weather was nice. It was a little chilly, but we've talked about it over and over again about pompano still being here in the wintertime like this. So that's really good. I'm real proud of that. Now this story right here, let me tell you about, this is Steve Taylor. Let me tell you about Steve Taylor. Steve went to, I knew Steve when a young man, played baseball at Mosley. That's a good student in the 90s. He always had a smile on his face, a positive attitude. Well, guess what Steve Taylor ended up doing? He ended up being a preacher. And he's a great one. I've got 3 or 4 of those guys, Bubba Stanford and Marty Martin, all those boys that went to school at Mosley and all. They're all preachers at North Star and at City Church and all. And they all, one thing to do, they all love the outdoors. Well, Steve posted this the other day. Over the weekend, read what he said. Now, he's at Emerald Coast Fellowship. My mental therapy is bass fishing. I'm so grateful for a couple of days chasing giant bass with my friend Brian Beagley, and a great day of worship this week. He posted this Sunday after church. But anyway, now, we're talking about what a great therapy at times, and here it is. That's a nice boat there. And Steve, really proud of you for the job you're doing at your church and also for just enjoying the outdoors like that. Steve Taylor, good job. Here's another one. This is the first girl that was in my outdoor ed class back in the 90s. I keep up with her. And she posted something the other day. She works down in the health department now, Pam Roper Bubier. She's been on the show before. I need to get her to come back on now. She's actually I think has a grandchild now, believe it or not. But hey, look, she just took a picture. They have the lease up there up in Washington County. Most people don't know this kind of quiet anymore. And I just got to be thinking about that. You know, just getting out in the woods and enjoying that, just walking through the woods. And she's got it. She understands it. And in fact, so I was thinking about that, and I run across this the other day. This is an article right here. Children should be outside for 4 to 6 hours every day, just getting outside, enjoying nature. And this is a book, Balanced. I love the title, Balanced and Barefoot. How unrestricted outdoor play makes strong, confident, and capable children. It has some research on it. I read the stories and all, and then right after that, I saw another post by Shauna Littleton. This is out in the woods on Sunday afternoon, and it wasn't this. I mean, look at that picture there. The whole phrase. Here's a better, clear picture of it. Just a old country dirt road off in the woods. And you got a beautiful sunset like that. So, and just observing nature. So, like I said, observing nature, getting out, and over again, we sort of. That's one of our main themes on the show is getting folks to get outside and enjoy it, and especially young people, and you see the results of it. But preachers and teachers and businessmen and workers and all kind of people just enjoy the outdoors. And one of the things sometimes you don't have to go outdoors. You can bring the nature to you. And I had an incident happen actually yesterday morning. I feed my birds every day, and it had gotten quiet, and all of a sudden about 15 dove just flew in. The dove come in pretty regular because I scattered some seeds out on the ground, and they came in and they were just pecking around, and all of a sudden, and I watched them about a minute or two. Then I was reading, and I put my head back in what I was reading, and all of a sudden I heard, I knew it was feathers and birds flying away. I knew something had spooked them, so I immediately looked out the window just like that, and as I did, a hawk had come down, and the hawk was zooming in on one of them. I think the hawk thought maybe there was a smaller one or an older one there. As the hawk came down, they flew away, and he veered off. As he veered off, I just boom. All that happened within a 2 to 3 second span. So I just happened to be there. And when you get glimpses of nature at times like that, there's just no substitute for it. No kind of movie or any kind of things like that can actually take the place of seeing nature in a situation like that. So I want to share that with you. Sometimes you can bring nature to you and observe it. Or sometimes you get out in the woods and in fact, yesterday, right on the bottom coming from Southport into Lynn Haven, the last pole on the right, early yesterday, I just saw a flash. What it was an eagle that had been up on that last light pole, just as you're getting into Lynn Haven, and right where the water, on the edge of the water, an eagle. I just saw it go straight down like that, and we're so fortunate here in the Panhandle to be. That's 2 days in a row. Boom, boom, boom. I just saw nature like that at its finest. And so anyway, I want to share that with you because I know y'all see it, and I get a lot of stories from y'all. So, and then the pictures like Pam showed, sometimes just a peace and solitude of the outdoors. Okay, yesterday on the show I talked about the solar panels, and don't get me wrong, like I said, I like the solar panels and what they do and how they do it, and I just, I think I got the message. Those huge fields are just atrocious, and but I want to go ahead and talk about how we have talked. And if I had a class today, we'd really go into detail about how we've harnessed nature for the benefit of mankind, and which is good. You stop and think about all the hydroelectric dams that came in after World War II, and right here locally, the Jim Woodruff Dam up in Sneed and Chattahoochee. And then over there, Lake Talquin, all those dams were built just to make a lake and then get that hydroelectric power to go out and out in all across the country. What an amazing thing how it helped people and all. But we were harnessing water, same way we're sort of harnessing sunlight now. So the message there is good. But even before that, in early man, I mean, what did they do for heat? They burned wood and had a fire. They always had a fire going. So we've always used nature. And I was thinking the other day, well, here I've got running water, I've got power, and I've got my fireplace going. But it all goes back to what we can do with nature. You got old dead trees laying around. You can burn those limbs for heat. Ironically, I don't see hardly any new homes being built with fireplaces because they say it don't get cold enough in Florida for fireplaces. But I'm old school, and I know I have some friends that are still using a lot of fire and all, but on the fireplaces. But I just love that. But the solar power is here, and I heard people saying you can actually make the power company is going to give you money to do it. Trust me, if the power company gives you $50 a month for using solar, they're going to make about $150. They're not going to give you anything, or they won't be in business doing that. But solar is something that I feel strong about. Solar panels, I don't know a lot about the financing and all that, but I do. I've understood solar for a long time, and little solar power stuff and all that is good. So anyway, I wanted to make sure you understand how nature has been so good to man as far as when we harnessed it, and how it sort of had giant benefits for mankind. All right, let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers down in Port St. Joe. We're looking at 9:13 to 11:13 this morning, and 9:41 to 11:41 tonight. And that might be when you catch some sheephead, or right in the middle of the day, those pompano. That happened just a couple of days ago. So fishing is good if you get out and do it in February. That's the problem. Most of the time in February, we just don't get out and fish, and I'm guilty of it. But speaking of cold weather things to do, I want to show you this app here. I taught knots and all in my outdoor class, and I would actually demonstrate and all. But apps were coming in sort of when I was getting ready to retire, and I found this app, and I'm gonna show on right here. Look at the picture. Look at my cap. Okay, up there, top left-hand corner, right over on top of my cap. That says right there. Okay, that's the app. It's called Grog Knot. So I'm gonna touch on it. Boom. So this is an animated knot. This is like a little app, and on the left, I started using this the last couple of years teaching, and the kids just, boy, you can imagine how they jumped into it, but I still had them have them come in front of the class to do it. So obviously you can see all the different ones, all these. I mean, so of course obviously right there the 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 down is fishing knot. So we immediately went to fishing knots. So I'm gonna touch. So here's some fishing knots, and then on the fishing knots you scroll down all these knots. And these, we know our basic knots, but I had no idea there are that many fishing knots. Of course, the one we always love to show, let me see, right here, right there, top one, top left hand, the blood knot. So I'm going to show you how this demonstrates a blood knot. So I'm going to tap on it. This is a blood knot, okay? Now the thing about it, okay, just wrap it around. You got the blue line, red line, then you do the same thing, red line. This is a blood knot, real simple, and this is how we tie our lines together and pull it tight. So then I'm gonna undo it. Let's see, step by step. Okay, boom, boom. Let's take it apart. Okay, so this is when you want to tie two different lines together. So step one, you get the blue one to go wrap. All you do is wrap it around. I do it 5 times, and then come back through the bottom one there. Boom. And then you just repeat the same thing with the red. Just wrap it around, and come back through the red one, boom, and then you just pull it tight. And it just really is just an all-time proven one. And I just started looking at these. I hadn't done it. There's so many different ones you can do. The little clinch knot, the improved clinch knot, right, the top one right there. Let's look at it, the improved clinch knot. Okay, this is a very common one used. Again, I like wrapping around. You just go through the bottom. Okay, that's the one I use right there. Okay, Let me undo it. Boom, 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 boom. Now, I used to demonstrate this in front of the room, and then the kids would demonstrate it, but you don't do that anymore. These teachers today got it made. All right, so it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back through the bottom. You see how that ties in with a blood knot, the same theory, and then loop it back through, and that's how you tie your hook on. And that is, again, a time-proven, it's such a popular one. And the next one, the Palomar knot right there, is also, I'm going to show one more. I get carried away watching this stuff. I mean, this is just a good, you double the line right here. So you should really double your strength right here. And you come back around. Not that, we won't go back into detail on that, but anyway, the categories, I'm gonna go back to the categories, but see all the different ones. So here at the top left-hand corner, boating, I'm gonna go into boating knots. If you have, different things you use on the boating knots, and of course the all-time favorite is the bow line right here, top left. So we're top. Now you can learn that as a 4-year-old. That's just the basic knot, I think, in America. Okay, just make a little loop through it. This is one of the first ones you ever teach. Make a loop, go through the loop, go wrap around, come back through the loop, boom, like that. And then there's all kinds, like I say, let's do one more. Let's do a clove hitch. Well, there are 3 or 4 different clove hitches. Let's do the, let's see, which one I want to do? Let's do the one where you tied it on something right here. Okay, one more. When you tie clove hitch is real popular, tying on it. Again, just a really simple knot. Some of these are so simple, and yet they're so effective. All right, so anyway, we can go all kind of categories. So there is all kind of ways you can show that, and we always use a red rope and a blue rope like that and tie it together. So that's something you can do with young people. Pick out just a handful of knots. Don't do all of them. Pick out a handful of knots and let them just tie them with you and all. It's just a lot of fun. And practical. They use them all your life. They're doing different things and all, tying stuff on. So instead of just making a big knot, tying it, and they can't get it loose and all. I mean, we teach them to tie their shoes. So we'll teach them to keep on doing knots. I got a lot more. I don't have enough time. We'll pick it up tomorrow. Do something good today for your fellow man. Have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.